Bachelor viewers call out low-budget dates on Grant's season. There are certain things that Bachelor Nation viewers expect from a season. One is drama between the contestants. Another is a dramatic ending. But aside from the relationship stuff, viewers want to see stunning landscapes and fun dates when the show films overseas. Unfortunately, some fans have been feeling disappointed after this season's low-budget dates. Keep reading to find out what they had to say. Bachelor viewers call out low-budget dates on Grant's season. Bachelor Nation fans know by now that the dates are planned by producers, not the lead. But some Bachelor fans think the show should have put more time and effort into the dates on the currently airing season 29. A date early in the season saw Grant Ellis take First Impression Rose winner Alex Godin to an empty shopping mall. He played the piano for her, and they explored the mall together. In the latest episode, Juliana Pasquarosa and Lytia Gare got one-on-one dates in Scotland. The other 5 women went on a group date where they played traditional Scottish games outdoors. Despite Scotland being one of the most gorgeous locations in the world, viewers felt robbed by Grant's dates with Lytia and Juliana. One fan took to Reddit to call the show out for Juliana and Grant's disappointing Bridgerton-inspired date at a Scottish castle. After arriving at the castle via helicopter, Grant and Juliana changed into formal attire. A string quartet serenaded the couple as they danced alongside other couples. The pair later enjoyed a private dinner in another room at the castle. I realize that all the destination dates are usually cringy as far as trying to relate it to the culture. As someone who has visited Scotland and loves it so deeply, I was disappointed when they treated her date like an episode of Bridgerton. I was almost expecting them to take the helicopter to the Highlands. That would have been magical. End rant, the disgruntled fan wrote on a Reddit thread. Other fans agreed and dubbed this season's dates as low budget. These dates are just so low budget. I'm praying this means that Paradise took the budget this year and will be epic lol. Seems like all the dated are pretty low budget. Honestly though, it was better than the bull riding date in Spain. They just don't have much of a budget left to do actually interesting things, it seems. Yes, it seemed cheesy like High School Musical gone wrong. This date made me drop the whole season. I can't take it anymore lol. Can season 29 recover after fans slam it? A lot of Bachelor Nation fans are sitting this season out because they don't find Grant Ellis that interesting. He was a contestant on Jen Tran's season of The Bachelorette, but didn't get much airtime. If fans are tuning out, will they tune back in if ABC renews the show for season 30? That probably depends on how Grant's season ends and what happens after the show. The network made the shocking decision to pause The Bachelorette, so it definitely could happen to The Bachelor too. The latest season of The Bachelor, featuring Grant Hastings as the leading man, has left viewers buzzing, but not necessarily in a good way. Fans of the long-running reality show are calling out what they perceive as a serious downgrade in production value, particularly when it comes to the elaborate romantic dates that have been a staple of the franchise for years. Instead of breathtaking helicopter rides over tropical islands, extravagant international getaways, and candlelit dinners on remote cliffsides, Grant's season has been filled with budget-friendly outings that some say feel more like a high school field trip than a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Social media has exploded with comments from disappointed fans, pointing out the stark contrast between the high production dates of previous seasons and the seemingly cut-rate experiences this time around. The Budget Bachelor Experience, one of the first group dates of the season, which traditionally features something extravagant, like racing Ferraris or skiing in the Alps, had contestants competing in a potato sack race in a suburban park. Later that same week, a one-on-one date took place at a drive-in movie theater, where Grant and his lucky date watched The Notebook from the bed of a pickup truck filled with throw blankets and battery-operated candles. While some fans found the simplicity charming, others lamented the lack of spectacle. One viewer tweeted, "Did ABC cut the budget in half? We went from private concerts with Ed Sheeran to awkwardly eating nachos in the back of a truck. What is happening?" Another added, "I swear, I just saw this date on an episode of Teen Mom. Bring back the luxury, please." Where's the glamour? Longtime Bachelor viewers are used to seeing contestants flown to exotic destinations as the season progresses. From hot air balloon rides in Turkey to overnight stays in five-star resorts in Bali, these experiences add an extra layer of fantasy to the show. However, Grant's season has so far remained shockingly local. Instead of international travel, the remaining contestants were recently treated to a day trip to a local apple orchard, where they picked fruit and made homemade cider. While wholesome, fans were quick to point out that the date was hardly the dreamlike escape they'd come to expect. One Reddit user joked, "Next week on The Bachelor, the group date is a trip to Costco for free samples and hot dogs." Another sarcastically speculated, "Fantasy suite date? Grant and the final three will be renting an Airbnb in Gary, Indiana." Producers respond to criticism. Amid the mounting backlash, producers of the show have attempted to defend this season's choices. An anonymous production insider shared that the change in date structure was intentional, aiming to bring back authenticity to the show. The goal this season was to focus on meaningful connections rather than flashy distractions, the source stated. "We wanted to create dates that felt relatable, something a real couple would do in everyday life." However, some fans aren't buying it. One Twitter user clapped back with, "If I wanted to watch a realistic relationship, I'd just look at my own. We watch The Bachelor for the fantasy, not for a relatable Tuesday night date at Applebee's." Grant's perspective. Grant himself has weighed in on the conversation, appearing on Good Morning America to address the controversy. "Honestly, I've loved the dates. I think they've given me and the women a real chance to connect," he said. "At the end of the day, it's about finding love, not about how much money we spend." Though his optimism is commendable, viewers remain unconvinced. The hashtag Budget Bachelor has continued to trend, with memes circulating comparing Grant's dates to low-cost alternatives. One particularly viral post showed a side-by-side comparison of past Bachelor dates, one featuring a couple in a hot tub on a yacht, and the other showing Grant and his date awkwardly sharing a snow cone at a carnival. The impact on the franchise. With the season still in progress, it remains to be seen whether The Bachelor will course correct and bring back some of the high-end romance that fans crave. Ratings have taken a slight dip, suggesting that the show's core audience may not be as excited about the scaled-back production values. If this trend continues, ABC may have to rethink its approach for future seasons. However, some viewers have expressed appreciation for the simpler, more grounded approach. A handful of fans argue that the show had become too scripted and commercialized over the years, and they welcome the shift toward authenticity, even if it means trading private islands for paddleboat rentals. As the season moves forward, it will be interesting to see whether the show sticks to its low-budget approach or attempts to throw in a last-minute glamorous twist. Will Grant and his final pick get that over-the-top fairy tale ending? Or will the season conclude with a modest engagement in a gazebo behind a Bed Bath & Beyond? Only time will tell. Regardless of how things unfold, one thing is certain: Bachelor Nation has very strong opinions, and they're not afraid to share them. If the producers were hoping for a drama-filled season, they certainly got one, just not in the way they expected.